Hey, welcome back to the Blue Tiger Poker 10K Challenge. So we're just getting started here. Made a little bit of rotations till I got to the blind on this table. Our small blind hand up here was pocket aces. Pretty much the guy open raised. Let's see if we got anything to do. So I'll show you this hand in just a second. We're going to go ahead and play a couple of these. We get a dead spot. We'll show the hand. Pocket ace is pretty standard. Let's just try to explain a little something to you guys on the flop. Reason we played it the way we did. But nice little start to get off on the right foot there. So this hand's done up here. Player 2 so far, we've made it around almost one rotation. He's played every hand, so our hand's not powerful, but I think when we do flop, he's the guy that's going to pay us off a bigger percentage of time. And flops like this, we can actually go ahead and bet at. He's been giving up pretty regularly on those. And so that's the reason we're going to open the wider range there against him. So he's been calling. I think it's just money we can pick up, and even when we don't flop for him. So this table, I guess we're running pretty hot on it, where you got aces twice now and hadn't even made it around one time. So guess it's making up. Didn't get any action out of that one. So yeah, so actually instead of bringing it in, I'll show it to you guys really quick here. Pocket aces, guy from late position, open, we're in small blind, we raise it up. Here I'd rather just go ahead and play, raise our hand to make him define his a little bit, and we're gonna pick this up. If we were suited, I would probably elect to flat call up there, but back on the other hand, and here we're gonna 4-bet this hand too. And if we do get called or shoved, we can probably give this one up, because his shoving range is gonna be. We actually got called by up here. So bad situation. You got two callers. We hit our ace. No reason to bet here, because if we're dominated, they're going to call. And if we're not, they're just going to fold. So somebody could hit a 7 or heart draws now there, but we're still going to play on the safer side here. You know, player 4, if he does anything weird here, he only makes it 18. So it makes you wonder, did he hit a set? What was his line here? He only made it 18. We're going to call, and if this guy shoves, we're just going to get out of the way. So we're going to see, and then again, if he made a set, then we'd probably have to call that off. But maybe kings or something like that is the hand range maybe we're thinking about. We don't want to raise, because again, you know, if he does have us beat, there's no reason for us to. He's going to fold if we don't, and call us if he's got us beat. So we'll look at him in just a second. But back to the first aces hand we had. Pull that one in real quick here. Pretty standard. He opened from late position. We re-raised. He called. Which is okay, and he flops a queen, so we actually check, because again, same difference right here. If we bet, he doesn't have anything, he folds, and I think because his stack was shorter, you know, he's getting his money by the river in there. We can get it all in, because we've already made, it was a $20 pot, and he only had like 40 left or something like that. And so we check, he bets, we re-raise, he of course calls with his top pair, weak kicker, and then he whiffs from there on out. So we pick that hand up. The hand we had here with ace 9. Let's see if we can find that one real quick, see what the guy had. It's actually not wanting to let us do it. Again, we're opening up there too. So what happened here is we got min raised. We already got the hand heads up. So if he is like doing some kind of like tens, jacks, queens, unlikely he's got aces or kings. It is how they play it sometimes. We're still calling with our 2 overs and seeing if we get him to slow down any. So, and again, he could have, like I said, the pocket jacks was the hand, you know, queens, tens, and jacks was the hand that we thought he was going to raise with. We had the 2 overs to him, so that's the reason we called. I don't understand, you know, is he not trying to get value? He's already done a silly min raise and then bet small. So yeah, we're going to make that call. We're getting the most profit. We're still pretty much the coin flip there for the price, and he made us on the flop. Here this guy is opening. We're definitely going to raise it up with about any 2 cards. There's no reason for him to be limping right there with his stack size, and we're just going to try to take advantage of that. See if we can get that other hand. I mean, I don't know where it went. Let's close out and do it again. It's kind of weird. It's doing yeah, it's guess they got a glitch right now in their hand history thing. It's not letting me go back. It shows the last hand we played. I can't go back more than the last hand, so you can only view your own cards. Other players will see your cards at showdown. So I was just wondering if they've changed something, but apparently not. It's kind of odd. So I mean, used to you could just click on previous hand and just go back through them, but it's only letting us go back 1 hand at a time. So we'll request our hand histories and try to let you guys know what his hand was in the next episode on there. Other promotions that they're running right now, they are running a Macau trip. You can win that, and also they're still running the World Series of Poker seat, and apparently the points for money playing where you get up to $200, 25 points, must be still going on this month. Cause from my play yesterday, I ended up getting extra money in the account, and don't really know why. So just from me figuring it was just from the points that and we opened this up because we have one guy setting out. It's a looser open, and then our looser guy is right next to us. So we're trying to get over to him. Now the other loose guy is back, so it's kind of good for us. And so we had an open, and then the loose guy's in there. So for the odds we're getting, we're going to take this, especially with our club draw. So right now with the flop, it's okay. Our positioning is what sucks in the hand. I would look to hit it just a tidbit stronger to be favorable here. So we got a backdoor club draw and a backdoor straight draw. Hitting the king here, I wouldn't feel as comfortable with player 5 opening the way he did. So he could have like a small pocket pair or something like that. And I don't think player 6 folds enough for us to make a continuation bet. So we're probably going to see an ace, probably 9 type hand win this thing out. No, we're going to split it. So that was interesting there. So, you know, player 6 calling there, it's just a very loose play, especially how he played it. We were looking with ours playing more, it was suited, so we had a little bit more ways to win that pot. And I guess if we did bet, we might have got everybody to fold out. We'll never know that one, will we? Again, we're getting a lot of loose people calling, so we're going to be opening up a pretty big range. And you know, player 1 now getting odds because we had call. I don't see what he was really waiting on. So he bets $1. What we're going to do is actually raise to get player 5 maybe out of the way, and then see if he either folds. I'm assuming if he has a 10, he's just going to call. So the queen's actually a good card for us. We could now look to try to take this pot down. You know, and if he calls here, we're definitely giving up. But it was a good card, and also it gives us where if the king comes on the river, an ace or a jack, we're probably going to have the best hand at that time. So if he did flat call there, then we had a lot of outs we could look for to win the pot outright on the river. And if he did have like a 10-9 or something like that, and you know, I think he still calls one more bet there. So I am getting some videos shot for you guys. I think this is the 3rd one I've been able to get since we've got everything back up and going. So just like I said, I wanted to get you guys as many as I could this week to make up for lost time. Also, I wanted to be playing more, so if I'm going to be playing, might as well turn on the camera and record while I'm doing so. The Say It Ain't So contest seems to probably be going on pretty strong. And if you guys hadn't watched the last weekly update, I went ahead and just put a $15 sum starting out in there, and from the last videos, I know I wasn't trying to hold back and catch myself when I said the word. And it's going to probably be up over $20, $30 probably by now, from all the videos once I get them up to date. So it's going to be a big pot for somebody who's going to be the lucky winner. I think it's May 23rd. I know it runs through the 20th, I think. Well, this is a tough one. If he would only made it $10, I would love the call, because I don't think player 1 is going to call here. I could be wrong. He might, and I'd love to play our hand against him. I think he's been 3-betting and squeezing a lot, and I think we can just take advantage of that. Here, this guy, you know, he limped in the small blind, and here we are back in the same situation. Now, this flop, you know, if you look at his range, it's going to hit him pretty hard. We do have a back door, and we could pick it up here. I mean, but, well, this is a tough one. His ranges are actually all over this. I think our better option is stack sizing is the reason we went ahead. If we get to the river and nothing else comes out more scarier, or if he bets here something small trying to pick it up, then, and that was actually the worst card we wanted to see at that time, because he, you know, 6-7, things of that nature, and he probably would have called with his gut shot. And what's really sad, he had king I mean, why is he not betting the river there? So, you know, I don't know if he would have went away either with that type of hand. He would have probably called with a gut stop. So we'd have been stacking off $28 against him for the rest if we even made a bet there. So you have to, you know, if he was full stacked, I don't mind going ahead and taking shots at those. But, you know, when you look at his stack sizing, you know, you have to calculate. Do I just want to go ahead and just get it in? And if your answer is yes, you just go ahead and bet. And if you decide you don't, then hold back, see how the hand plays out. So we got out of that hand just very cheaply from him on that one. So pretty standard, not much to talk about. Our ace king up there, and then down here we have a limper, and a guy just made it 7. So we got a $9 pot. We're calling 6. Now here's the thing: the guy is very tight. So, you know, let's say he's got aces or kings, and we do hit our 8. I think we're getting all $90 of his that's left, so 97. So next best thing to hitting our set was the open-ended straight draw. And again, I really think he's on the draw, and from everything we have to call him off there in stack sizing. I mean, we went from, I mean, and we know what he has. It's kings or aces, but from, you know, our open-ended and then the other, you know, the question we have to ask is, he's never been aggressive, and is he going to take ace king the same line? And the 2 first bets, yes, he possibly could. The last bet is a no. So when he bets the river here, he's pretty much got us every time. So so yeah, I mean, the thing is you look at our odds we had, and and we knew we were going to get all 97 of it if we hit. So I think with the 10 coming out too, I don't think he's going away at any time on that, in that hand. So there's nothing wrong, I think, how we played it. We were looking for a set, and then we flopped the next best thing to the set, the open-ended draw. So I think if we hit the 8, we were still good. And if we hit the, you know, the only thing we'd had to worry about then when the 8 came was him having pretty much pocket jacks and having the straight that way. But I think he's more in line the way he played his hand with aces or kings. And he seems to be getting more frisky now with his hands. So we're actually going to reload this hand, so we can, if we do get something else against him, or, you know, we have aces and he might hang himself later on. But now the thing is he's going to put his money in, as you've seen with his 8-7. He did nothing, didn't try to steal it or anything. So with his draws, I'm pretty guessing, and you want to bet and let him just pay. I think he'll call until like the river or turn. He definitely calls the flop with anything he's got. So anytime you hit strong against him, you're going to want to bet on the larger side. I think he's going to get his money in there. So for the World Series of Poker seat, haven't really got to play any of the satellites yet. It's kind of crazy. It's still ongoing, and I got the schedule. It's been printed out. So we got 3-bet. I don't think the guy has 3-bet before. So we're going to keep an eye. If he continues to do that to us, we can start making plays back. With the last hand was a perfect hand to do so. I don't see him doing that play as much. So, and if he does it again here, we're definitely going to be skeptical and seeing if he's going to run his cards out. Probably. You know, unless player 6 or somebody like that wakes up here. So here's our options. We either 4-bet or we fold. We don't, I mean, he's been playing aggressive. We don't want to really set mine out of position here. So, especially with the other person, we're basically going to make this bet and we'll just get it in no matter what against either one of those guys. So we're kind of looking for ace queen, ace king type of hands and hope he doesn't hit. So we rack that one up. So that was kind of the hand range we're putting him on. I didn't really think much otherwise. And basically, you know, from the last plays, and he's done it back to back, which he had a hand show. And the other guy's like, darn, I should have called. So I'm assuming that he probably has a 5 or something, I guess, or he had an ace 2 type of hand. So here we're gonna same difference. Wow. So I guess that guy can suck it. That was his bet made no sense because if you had the 7s or 3s like a set, why would he shove all in there? And so the hand just did not make sense. So up here we pretty much got the nuts now. You know, if they have a 2, we're probably going to get all our money in there. And he has 3-5, so he's toast too. So nice little run right there. Boom, boom, and boom. We're up $300-400. So a good little session to be back on. Yeah, the ace king hand is the only one, and player 6 up there actually said he had ace 2 suited. And so it's kind of funny that he wanted to call with that hand. So, you know, you get a $16, you get a 4-bet and then another shove. And so that was kind of nuts how that hand went. Here our hand's vulnerable. We're actually going to raise. Again, this guy's shown that he was a little different than we thought. So here we want to isolate to player 6. He's been talking about how he wants to call. Of course, he did not. And I thought we would get him to call there, but he chose not to because he called a 16-baller bet with an ace 2. So it'd be interesting to see what he folded there. And player 5, when he made his bet with the ace king, there's nothing wrong with that bet. It just, we're both. He's sitting there actually when he flopped the spade draw. I was in worse shape than he was. So, yeah, I think he was more like we were 40% and he was 60% once the 2 spades came out on the flop. So we dodged it there, and you're just gonna be on that side of the winning circles too. Alright, so we're actually going to probably end this episode right here. We'll play this ace 8 hand and call it a night. So we have a somewhat aggressive short stack that basically bet, and so he bet $1. So again, that's common. If he shoves us all in, we fold, but we're pretty much trying to pick this up. The dollar bet is, and we've seen it earlier where he bet $1. And you know, our ace-8 hand. So here I think we can probably punch out $8, and again, if he shoves, we'll just fold. So we hit our bottom pair. I don't think he has a jack, so we're definitely going to get his last $8. If he has the jack, he's got the jack. And then down here, we were going to stop. So he actually had pocket tens. So lost a little bit of pot there, $20, but it's all right. On that one, not too worried, but you know, his type of hand, you could figure maybe like an ace-6, king-6, something with a 6 there, maybe pocket 7s, pocket 5s, those type of hands. All right, so let's just wrap this one up right here. Until next time, guys, good luck at the tables.